I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? We're back. It's the Gritty Gamblers. Parlay Joe here. I'm your host this evening, accompanied by Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good, Parlay Joe. Ready to get into this Thursday evening.
Nice. We're going to break down the college football and NFL like we said last Tuesday. We're just going to get real heavy into it tonight. You want to start with college or NFL?
I'll just put down a quick touchdown play I like tonight for let's break down Thursday night football real quick.
I got you.
So we have Giants and 49ers on tap in about a little bit over an hour. We're gonna have that game. To be honest with you, I didn't want to touch this game in terms of spread and over and under. I didn't personally. We're gonna show you Tyler and Will, some of our other host plays later in the show that have some of that in their plays. But me personally, I just took touchdowns for my play.
Nice.
I took George Kittle and I took Waller. To be quite honest, they're both due. And with the Ayuk out tonight, I really think Kittle should be able to eat with the man coverage of the Giants. They're going to have to put a safety on him. They're going to have to put somebody on him because Debo's more their zone guy for the 49ers, while Ayuk's more their man guy. And the Giants play a lot more man coverage. So with that being said, I think Ayuk should be able to eat and look for Juwan Jennings to get in there a little more.
Do you think what's his name? Debo has a chance. Sorry, I was thinking Dion was his name, but Debo. You think Debo still has a chance to score a touchdown? Because that was one of the plays I was looking at if I was going to hit this game.
Because with Ayuk out, it's a lot more likely now.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean, at the end of the day, the Niners have their guys for specific situations, but when guys are out, guys have to step up, and Debo's just going to have to beat man coverage tonight.
Exactly.
He's going to have to run some routes, if you know what I mean.
I feel like this is a game for him to go off and like a game he has to go off.
Yeah, I will say this. I still think they lean on Kittle more than people think tonight. He's healthy. They haven't used him much. This is the type of spot Brock Purdy could just feed him.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of stuff about McCaffrey probably going to go off as well.
Yeah. The Giants can't stop a lick. If you watch the Cardinals first half.
Yeah, that's why I'm not touching this game. To say it,
the only thing I touched was Waller because Waller's the only really big pass besides Jalen Hyatt in the deep game. They really like to force feed Waller, so I think Waller's due to get in the end zone one of these next couple games. And tonight in prime time is a pretty good spot.
I like that a lot. But another Thursday night game that I'm looking at in the college realm, Georgia State Coastal. Coastal's coming into this game. They are a home favorite. They opened earlier in the week. I think it was around 6.5 at a touchdown favorite. They're down to 4.5. When I hit it, it was at 5. It keeps falling down. I did not take the spread. I got Gritty. He's my Gritty play of the day.
Gritty gamblers.
I got the money line, Georgia State. I think they go 4-0. I think they come into Coastal with the new coach. Not the best year for Coastal, in my opinion. Kind of like a quiet year for them. They haven't done much yet. They're not undefeated, so that is one thing. But I mean, Georgia State, that's not far. Like they're gonna come in. They're gonna win this football game, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's Joe's college play for tonight.
Yeah.
And then just to give you a quick shout out to Tyler, his play for tonight, he has 2 plays. One, he has the San Francisco defense being the first touchdown scorer. 49ers alt spread -6.5 and then the over at 38.5. Tyler's really on the over tonight. Both his lays has the over.
All right.
As well as he's on the spread for the Niners at 5.5, 6.5. Both of his parlays have that in there.
Oh, he's at the Niners with 5.5?
Yeah, my Niners alt spread -5.5, and then the other one he has the -6.5. So he pretty much has them winning by a touchdown on both.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, they should win tonight by at least a touchdown, at least.
They should. But I've seen weird things.
Yeah, but like
I'm iffy on that over though. It keeps coming down. That's a weird one.
The overs, the thing that's
And
like,
it's Amazon, man. It's Amazon.
I mean,
It's a
the
prime
over was
game.
crazy last week.
But that's like one in like how long? So
I mean,
I
New
think
Year,
that's what everyone hit the under on that
and
one.
New Year, New Amazon. Come on.
New Year's saying Amazon. I think it might be an ugly game.
It might be. It depends on if the 49ers get it going, it might be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have, let me pull up Will's play. Let me pull up Will's play.
Happy birthday to Will as well.
Happy birthday, Will. And then, Will, and I think it's both Will and Tyler are both on no, Tyler's on Darren Waller receiving yards, and then Will's on Kittle receiving yards, as well as Will also likes Brock Purdy over 8 rushing yards, under 20.5 completions, and Darius Slayton over 2.5 receptions. So those are Will's props for tonight. It looks like Will's going with about 4 props tonight.
Nice. Prop night. I figured that's what
Prop
I'm going to be doing.
Oh, sorry about the cat.
So, you want to keep going?
But no, overall, I think that's our thoughts on those games tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
They're going to be kind of iffy. We might tap back in on Thursday night towards the end of the show just to maybe look into some of the other things of it. But that's mostly the gist of it. We both assume the 49ers should win tonight. Shouldn't be close, but you got to play the football game, so we'll see.
Yeah, who knows with that? I mean, Saquon's out. Ayuk's out.
Matt Breida is not Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I had Matt Breida for a second, and I dropped him for Joshua Kelly in fantasy.
They said Eckler's injury is high ankle sprain, so we'll have to see. I don't know how long Eckler's actually out.
I think he's out for the season.
Huh?
I think he's out for the season, bro.
Eckler?
Yeah.
No, I swear, no. I think he just has a high ankle sprain.
I mean, that's what Jonathan Taylor had last year. I mean, no. I'm worried about that one.
They're saying it's high ankle sprain. The Chargers are really mum's the word on his ankle injury. People are assuming it's a high ankle sprain with how it looked.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to see because they said he almost played last week.
I mean, they can say a lot of things. So, I mean, Jonathan Taylor.
That's Brian Daboll 1-on-1.
So.
Remember what he said about Saquon earlier this week? Yeah, Saquon might play this week.
Yeah, Saquon. Yeah, right. You have 4 days. You have 3 days to prepare. You're not. He's not ready.
No.
They usually don't show up on Monday, so they have like 2 days to prepare.
All right. So you ready to look into college football for week 3?
Definitely. A lot of
I'm gonna let you take the lead with this. Actually, you know what, Parlay Joe? It's Thursday. I think it's time for you to have your Alabama corner rant. Was the Ole Miss game on your tap?
I'm looking at it. I'm a little nervous about the game.
What's your opinion? Listen, as from an Alabama Homer fan, shoot.
We might lose. I don't know. It doesn't look pretty. I would take the plus the points, bro.
For on the Ole Miss.
Yeah.
What's the spread on the game right now? I haven't seen the
+7.
So it's a touchdown right now?
Yeah, it's a touchdown. I think it opened at 15.5.
It's lost. They projected as 2 touchdown favorites. Now they're 1 touchdown favorite.
Yeah, that's never too good. It's been sitting at 7 for a while, though. I will say that.
Yeah, no, because I remember some of the lines I said on Tuesday that I was watching I'm watching that Colorado line, 3 touchdowns. I know we talked about it briefly. Let's get into it more now.
Yeah.
I really think they can cover 3 touchdowns.
You think?
I'm not saying they're winning that game because I don't think they are, but 21.5, I think Shedeur Sanders can get in 3 touchdowns. He has playmakers on the outside on the offense, man. They got weapons at the receiving core. They got a bunch of Florida boys that can fly.
I don't trust them, honestly. I don't trust them this week. I think Oregon blows them out.
A lot of people are on Oregon.
I still think the public's on Colorado at the end of the day.
Because they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking I don't know, man. I'll have to look at that game more. I haven't parlayed it into anything. The main games that are going to be close spreads that are watching is the Ohio State game versus Notre Dame, and then the Florida State game versus Clemson. Those are two games that are like tight spreads that I'm probably going to be watching pretty close. Also, Oregon State versus Washington State. That's another game that's like Pac-12
Yeah, I was
type.
looking at Utah, UCLA, but the line jumped back up, so that's scary. I wouldn't. I'm gonna stay away from that game now.
I think Utah wins that game, to be honest.
See, I thought UCLA was gonna win, but
They got to go to one of the toughest places to play in the Pac-12.
yeah, but they still ain't got their quarterback.
Yeah,
but
but Nate Johnson looks good. When he
and
first plays,
it dropped down to 4.5, but it jumped back up to 6, so I'm gonna stay away.
Yeah, I was looking at and then honestly, a line that I think is kind of I'll have to watch was the LSU Arkansas line. When I last looked at it, it was around like 18, 17.
Yeah.
I'd have to look more into KJ Jefferson tape this year, but I don't know. I think that line's an overreaction to the Mississippi State game.
I think it's a blowout win.
You think so?
I think it's a statement win for LSU to be back into the talk of everything. Jaden Daniels is the number one SEC quarterback right now. No matter what anyone wants to say, if you go look at it, yards wise, he's the number one SEC quarterback right now.
Who would be his full comparison? Like, who would be competing with Jackson Dart, maybe?
Nah, Vandy, quarterback.
Mm.
Because they just score a bunch.
Yeah, but like, do they win games?
Vandy's undefeated, I think. 1 second. No, Vandy's 2-2, but yeah,
That's what I meant. Vandy is not the type of team that you got to worry about in the SEC.
Yeah, but their quarterback, they don't play anybody. So yeah, like they played Hawaii, bro. They threw back and forth on Hawaii all game. So, I mean, it is what it is on that one.
Oh yeah, no question.
I would say Michigan, be afraid, be very afraid.
I think so too. You saw how they played versus Bowling Green, right?
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy does not look that good.
If I'm Florida State, I'm shaking in my boots right now. Having a good
pissed off Clemson team's gonna come in there and beat them.
Come in there. They going to Death Valley, baby, ain't they? Yeah, they going to Death Valley. They going to Death Valley, bro. They're not coming out with a win. They ain't come out with a win there in so long. They got to prove it to me.
Fred is still sitting at the same thing I was looking at earlier in the week. FSU minus 2.5.
Yeah, Florida State. I mean, they're not gonna win that game, bro. Come on, Clemson. Hey, chaos, bro. It's coming.
Oh, and a question. I think this is gonna happen. I think Oklahoma might blow out Cincinnati.
I don't know.
I think they just
catching up on them. But we'll see. I don't like
have to go to Cincinnati, but it's a 2-touchdown spread. Well, I'll have to look at that.
Sharps are on Cincinnati, but the thing is, it looks ratty to me. It opened at 9.5.
It's 14 now. This is what I'm looking at.
Ratty. I wouldn't touch it. The money's on Cincinnati.
But that's probably why the money Cincinnati is now on Cincinnati, at least because of the spread change.
Yeah. I know, SMU will probably win this week. Versus TCU. TCU not good, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean, you saw what Colorado did.
Yeah, they're not good. They're 2-1, but they're not good.
Mm-mm. They don't have as much of the talent that they had from last year, point blank period.
Auburn's line shot back up.
All right, Parlay Joe, I think it's time. Let's build a parlay. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
So, what are we looking at? Wait, we looked at a bunch of lines, and we're still looking at them. I honestly really do like that Rutgers covers 24 points, 25 points. That's a spread.
Yeah, I like that. 24.
I like that. I like that game because, like you said, Michigan beware. Michigan beware.
Could not be good. I would stay away from Notre Dame, Ohio State right now.
As of now, is the line moving a lot?
You'd move down for Notre Dame, but it might come back up with all the other people coming back up.
Yeah, you're getting Rutgers on FanDuel at 24.5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then SMU is at plus 6.5. Vandy's at plus 13.5.
I would do over on Iowa Penn State.
Really?
Yes. Come on.
Let's see what the number is.
40 points? Give me that.
You know why the over is like that, right?
I know, but Iowa has to score 25, and Penn State's been blowing people out.
Yeah.
Hey, Iowa scored 41 last week, 20 and 24. And Penn State's been 38, 63.
Yeah, people think they think Iowa don't got a chance. Oh, is it? It is in at University Park.
Whiteout.
It's the whiteout game.
Yeah, they're done. I'm taking the over, bro.
Drew alarm might go crazy that night. The over's at 40 points right now. Now I wanted to go look at it. Now I see it. Yeah.
Why? Like what?
All right. So far in our parlay, we have Rutgers plus 24.5. The over on that game.
Dude, Purdue plus 5.5 tomorrow. That looks pretty good.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. They'll probably
do you want to add your Georgia State play to the parlay? Or do you want to keep it separate?
Let me see. Let me go look.
Oh yeah, Purdue plays Wisconsin, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep Georgia State off because then it gets crazy. Too many days.
Too many days. I will say I do like that NC State matchup on Friday.
Yes, let me look at it.
They're playing a 0-3 UVA team.
I can't see it. 1 second.
Now I will say this: NC State, the only game they looked really bad in, they played a top 10 team in the country in Notre Dame. So
that's -9 for NC State. That's the under might be a good play there, but I don't know.
Yeah, the NC State has a pretty good defense, especially in the ACC.
And UVA's been doing. They held Tennessee for the first half, but
here, this is what I was looking for right here. The spread on that Auburn game is about 8.5 points. Auburn, Texas A&M.
Yeah, it would. That one's weird. It was up and then it came down and then now it's coming back up.
It might be a stay off.
Yeah, so it was at 8. It opened at 8 and then it went down to 6.
Oh yeah, the price on this Utah game on FanDuel right now it's at 5.5.
Yeah, so that might be coming back down in Utah. Lines are being crazy this week. It's a weird week.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. Now I get your point about lines being crazy. You see Kansas 10-point favorites almost over BYU?
You said who?
Kansas is 10-point favorites over BYU. But a BYU team that looks pretty decent. I mean, I know they have a pretty good quarterback at Kansas, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, but the public's overvaluing BYU right now. I don't like it. They're on the money line, but they're not on the spread, so I don't.
Okay. So they're just overvaluing the Arkansas win from the other week.
Maybe. But no one's touching the.
I really want to take Duke to cover, but I don't think they're covering. I'm not touching 20 points versus like a somewhat stingy UConn team.
UConn?
You'd be surprised. UConn held NC State to a 10-point.
Oh, I know. UConn and UMass look better this year, but 1 second. Who are they playing this week?
UConn, they're playing a Duke, a good Duke team with Riley Leonard.
I'll stay away from that. I tried to do that last week on Duke. Let me look at it.
I ate off Duke last week. They covered.
Yeah, I went against them last week.
Oh, no. I was saying I don't know if Duke's going to cover that spread. I was talking about if you want to take Duke again. But I think 22 or 21.5, I would just leave it.
I don't know on that one. Riley Leonard looked pretty good last week.
Riley Leonard looked really good last week. All right. So far we have Rutgers, we have the over. Let's see. Are there any SEC games we need to add, or do you think we should stay off like the Bama game? You think we should stay off the Pac-12 games?
You could put the Ole Miss spread.
Oh yeah, Ole Miss spread, because that should be a close game.
Yeah, by a half a point. Make it 7.5.
I got you. I'll go do that real quick. Yeah, 7.5 minus 132. Barely even anything yet. And in the, I'm still really interested in the, where is it? I was just looking at it.
UCF +4.
UCF +4.
Yeah, hammer that, guys.
Let's put that in there.
I don't know why that's.
What time do they play at?
Eight.
8. Okay, perfect.
Is that UCF's first Big 12, their big match?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Yeah, bro. UCF's going to win that game, bro.
You saw how Kansas State, they didn't look that good last week, and they messed us up, so I gladly bet against them. All right now we got a 4-legger with Rutgers covering. We have the over 40.5 with Iowa Penn State. We have Ole Miss +7.5, and we have UCF +4.5 at plus 1,099. So those are good odds for a 4-leg parlay.
What was that again? What was the first 2 legs?
First 2 legs were Rutgers +24.5.
All right, yeah.
And then the over on the Iowa Penn State at over 40.5. And that, I think, is probably going to be that should be our play for the week.
Yeah, I like that.
Perfect. So, yeah, that's going to be our Gritty Gambler college play for the week. We don't usually throw out just a straight parlay or build one, but we decided let's do one this week. So we built a parlay for you guys. We took a lot of covers, and then we took one over. So watch for the dogs this week. Gritty Gamblers, they're going to get gritty.
Right.
I just placed that parlay myself.
Mississippi spread, and then UCF. All right, spread. All right,
Perfect. And overall, college football, let's get into some headlines now. Besides the spread of it, let's look into the Colorado-Oregon game. I mean, they're missing Travis Hunter. They're going to Eugene, and they got USC the next week. I really feel like for the future of that program, it would be roughly about a 20%, 30% boost if they're able to split the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in terms of recruiting, I don't mean in terms of playoff. I just mean in terms of them getting more players for next year, stuff like that. If recruits come and see them beat USC,
they're not going to be USC. I mean, I don't know, but
you see how
they've already won.
USC is not Oregon defensively.
They've already won, though. They've already won.
Yeah. Colorado is doing so well for themselves.
They've sold out all their games already. They're done.
Literally everyone is coming to cover them at all times. Like the spotlight and attention is the most it's ever been on that state and that university. So good for Dion. Really good for Dion. Shout out Prime.
Yes, and Some of the stuff is crazy out there.
You see the sunglasses that they're selling? His deal that he got, they said they found their Jordan, the company said.
Yeah, but they still not the same sunglasses he wears.
Yeah, but still, they're like
He gave the kids a bunch of sunglasses that aren't the sunglasses he wears. Then he gave these. Then he came out with these.
I think he gave the Pat McAfee when he went on Pat's show.
Feels like a LeVar Ball stunt there selling these sunglasses. It's like
to
LeVar
be
Ball.
honest with you, I think he made an apt comparison because you see how he's talking about his sons when he said, "Hey, he might go play in the NFL next year." He said,
At least he's not trying to sell a pull-up bar for $2,000. Like, I mean, it's not that deal. 1 second, I'm gonna turn my light on.
"Oh, you're good, Joe. You're good, Joe. Parlay Joe. Get the lights on."
Oh yeah, that's situation's getting interesting over there.
But no, yeah, I'm really proud of the Prime and what they're doing over there in Colorado. It's gonna be big, but we'll see how they play versus Oregon this week.
Yeah, that'll be a true test. That'll be a true test.
All right, I think it's time we get into Week 3 NFL. Don't you think?
I think so.
All right, I'll let you lead it off. What are you looking at for Week 3?
Still like Atlanta.
Yeah, we both love Atlanta.
I love Atlanta right now.
In that situation versus the Lions, yeah, I have them at an alt plus 5.5 still. I got them on our last show when we were doing it. But, yeah, that line and another topic we can look at because we mentioned the Seahawks line last time.
Yeah.
And you heard the news about Bryce Young, right?
He's out.
Yeah. I'm about to pull up that line right now. The line only moved 2 points. So it's a touchdown. So I'd still take it if I were you, people taking the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks should be able to – I think it's going to be an under game, to be quite honest with you. That Panthers defense is better than people think.
I like the under there.
Yeah, but I think the Seahawks should still win that game. Yeah. But I didn't mean to cut you off. I noticed it when we brought it up. What else were you looking at?
I could see Carolina getting a backdoor there again. That might be like their new little thing, backdoor cover. Their coach can say they're almost there. Guys.
I'll say this. Their offense looks like completely out of juice.
I was listening to it on the radio today because I live in Charlotte, and I was laughing. They were saying that Frank don't need to call plays. I'm like, bro, y'all don't need Frank on the coaching staff at all.
Sorry, we have new listeners. A running bit we have here. Parlay Joe, a Colts fan, had Frank Reich as a coach for years.
Do not like Frank Reich. Do not like Frank Reich at all.
He loves Shane Steichen, though.
Yeah, we love Shane Steichen. He's a quarterback guru. Look at Jalen Hurts. That's not Lincoln Riley, bro. That's not Lincoln Riley. Come on.
It's not Lincoln Riley. At this point, it's been certified.
It's obvious who it is, but I mean, it is what it is.
But no, yeah. What else were you looking at? I know you mentioned to me your opinion starting to change on the Tennessee game from last episode.
Yeah, I would stay off that game now. We got to find another leg to the parlay.
Before we started the show earlier, we mentioned that in all our cover legs from the last episode. We both still like the Bucks and the Falcons to cover in their games, but the Titans was the one Parlay Joe said the money was moving a lot on, so we'd have to take a look at that.
Yeah, I would stay off that one.
Honestly, I've thought about it more since we talked about it last episode. I think the Vikings might beat the Chargers in that game.
The Vikings?
Yeah, I think they might beat the Chargers in that game. Eric Kendricks returned to Minnesota.
I don't like the line movement, but that's one of those games I don't like when it's like a +1, then it goes to -1, and it plays around there.
I luckily did not get burned on last week's picks with the +1 because we took the Packers +1 with the Falcons, and we got lucky. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I had Falcons money line.
Which both hit.
Yeah, both hit.
That's what I'm getting at. Ooh, and I think a line that's definitely needs to be hammered. I haven't looked at the money is. I think the Pats might do the Jets up because the Pats defense is comparable to. I'm not saying comparable, not as good as the Jets, but Pats defense is very good. It's in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to get to just dominate them because
Zach Wilson have to play quarterback at a certain point,
Zach Wilson is just not him.
and he has to play against Bill Belichick.
Exactly, Bill Belichick. Oh man, I've seen a bunch of people taking New England, but it feels like a stay away game for me.
Okay. I think it's time I let you get your Colts rant off right now about the position that they're in this week versus Baltimore.
Well, we don't know where we're in yet. We don't know if AR is starting or what.
Do you think it matters a huge amount?
Believe NFL rumors. The guy does not know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, a lot of those accounts.
On to the next day.
On
But
X,
I actually listened to him talk last night. I can guarantee he doesn't know sources. Stay on.
I don't think Richardson playing or not makes a huge difference in the deciding factor of this game. I think the Ravens still go take care of business in Baltimore.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the Ravens the week one.
But I think that game might be an under too.
I was looking at the under for a second there. I would probably be more confident in the under than anything else, but
yeah.
If the Colts come out and cover 8.5, I would not be shocked. They've done crazier things like beat the Chiefs. So I've seen some crazy things.
Let me ask your opinion on this game. What's your opinion on the Dolphins and Broncos game? It's about Dolphins touchdown right now.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that one as well.
Honestly, the hype, two teams that the mainstream media is hyping the most right now are the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, you saw what happened to the Dallas Cowboys today, right?
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. I mean, to be honest with you, that's huge for them. I have a friend that's a Cowboys fan, and we were sitting in a call, and the call went quiet for 5 minutes, and he just randomly curses 5 minutes later. I'm just like, "What's up?" He's just like, "Man, Trayvon Diggs." I'm like, "We just talked about that." He's like, "Man, I know, but." It's like that's the effect it had on Cowboys fans.
It's funny because something like this happens every year. They last time they started 2-0, they went 8-8, and the time before that they went 3-14. So
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're gonna have to see an older Stephon Gilmore have to play cornerback 1 this year, and
he did last year.
And let me ask you, you probably watched more Colts tape than I did. And how did he look?
He was good. He was good.
Okay. I truly feel like
more than a fifth, but yeah.
I feel like he's going to have some struggles this year, I think, personally.
It could. Time could catch up to him. Especially
he still has that pass rush helping him out.
Yeah, but
you don't have your running mate?
I don't think this is the position he thought he was going to be in.
He thought he was the quarterback, too, playing with a top 10, top 5 corner almost.
Yeah, exactly. And leave it up to the Dallas Cowboys to keep on Dallas Cowboying. So
it's crazy to me. This is the first time I've seen where they said he was getting sent for MRIs, and within 5 minutes of that coming out, they said his MRIs already came back and it was torn. I'm not trying to.
They already knew, bro. They heard it on the sideline, bro.
They said it was a clean tear.
When it happens, you know, bro.
They said it was a clean tear. Yeah.
Gross. It's not fun when people break bones on practice. It's not fun at all. I've seen a star wide receiver go down, never play again because of it. Because a scrub barely tackled him and just tackled him wrong.
It took him out by the leg.
No, his arm came all the way over here, and then it was permanently pushed in like that. He couldn't bend it back. It cracked. It popped out, yeah. And then when he had surgery, the nurse dropped it, so they had to redo the whole thing. He was supposed to come back, and then I asked him, I was like, "You come back?" He's like, "No, they effed everything up. They dropped my arm, and I can't come back now. I'll never play again."
That's terrible.
But it happens.
Yeah, injuries can happen, and the Cowboys, they got a game this week with the Cardinals. I wasn't really going to preview it because that's not a type of game you want to bet on, in my opinion, unless you're taking props. So it's going to be either a blowout or the Cardinals are going to make the Cowboys look a little weaker than they should look, which they're not stuff you want to really gamble on, in my opinion, those types of games. And the Chiefs-Bears is a similar aspect. I just think the Chiefs might just beat up on the Bears.
Yeah, I think
the Bears are in huge issues right now.
Yeah, so it came out that his house wasn't raided, but he did resign for whatever it was. I've tried to ask Chicago Bear people, but
let's
not talk about it.
Let's just say that some of the allegations being put forward him are not the best. So let's leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the situation is.
I just know that they're. I thought this was kind of funny. He was the guy who liked Nathan Peterman when Nathan Peterman was released 2 hours after all that happened. I went on Twitter and it was it's all Chicago Bears, and then it's Nathan Peterman was released 2 hours ago, and I'm like, wait, when was that? Wait, they really released this dude the second they knew this other guy was gone off the offense. They are wild.
Well, no, he was their defensive coordinator, but
somebody liked him. I don't know.
Well, no, he could have been him. For all you know, he could have been the scout team quarterback. Look how that guy plays against our defense. He needs to be here.
On now though, and I think their starter might be gone pretty soon too. But they don't look good, man. 0-2.
They're going to play the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
First downs, 29th in sacks allowed.
And that Chiefs defense looks like a top
yards. He's the worst quarterback in the league right now with 32nd in passing yards. 28th in turnovers.
Good luck handling Chris Jones.
Yeah, they're done. They're done.
The Chiefs defense is legit this year. I'm being serious.
They don't even need Jones. They don't even need Jones.
I mean, he's there though. He is there though.
Yeah, he's there, but they don't need him. They proved that when he was sitting up there with Christopher and Sal or whoever they want to call him.
Week 1. He did not care, but they still paid him, and he still came. So
yeah, he was.
He probably realized he's like, let me go get this money and go hop on the field.
With his 2 phones, he's like, all right.
One for the contract, one for the Twitter, for the X.
Yeah, literally.
All right. One game I wanted to ask you, which is another one of those iffy +1 games, is the Saints and the Packers game. Honestly, it's looking like the New Orleans might go in there and lock down Jordan Love potentially. I mean, LaFleur is one of the best play callers in the league. I'll say that. He can design offense. Look, he has Jordan Love with 6 passing touchdowns through 2 weeks. So he finally is a guy who has been studying his playbook for years, playing his system, not fully just playing with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
he's finally coaching. That's what's going on.
And he's not bad. He's not that bad of a coach. He's a good coach.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And with that said, I still think this New Orleans defense is vaunted, vicious after the quarterback. Nasty. They're going to have issues. This is a game where if there's any game you want to look at the under, it's probably this one. That's my opinion. Because they're going to Green Bay. The defense is going to show up more than Derek Carr will, in my opinion, for the Saints.
Yeah, it looks like I need to watch some videos on it's oh, wait. There's the articles. I was about to say, where'd all the articles go? I like to read. I got the articles. So all the pros tell you what's going on. But that's a weird game, man. It's a weird game.
I'll tell you this: the Saints are going to have a hard time probably running the ball because their running back's probably going to be like Tony Jones going into that game.
Yeah, stuff like
now
that.
Kendra Miller might be back. He might be back. It would be their rookie. It'd be his first game, but
Yeah, I have the New Orleans defense. Fantasy, I know it's scamming, but probably gonna have to drop them this week.
I don't know if you do that. To be honest with you, New Orleans defense. Let me put it to you this way: quick fantasy advice. New Orleans defense is one of the few defenses in the league you're gonna have to keep and hold for a week if you really want to have a positional advantage, because they had the easiest schedule in the league for a defense this season, as well as the talent that they have at the positions. They're able to get sacks. They're able to,
First 2 weeks went well, so I'll probably just keep sticking with them, I guess. People sticking with them, but
for example, I have the Steelers in one of my main money leagues, and I don't want to play them this week because I really feel like I have an opportunity when I found the Chiefs on the waiver wire to play the Chiefs versus the Bears this week in an offset to just smash that. But besides those situations, I generally just rock with the Steelers because of the sack advantage of having TJ Watt going after quarterback.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. I think let's give a couple plays for NFL. Let's not build a parlay just because we did for college football. I think we're both in agreement. Our favorite, the play we're going to want to smash the most this week is probably the Falcons covering. Yeah. I love their alt money, especially because the +3 right now is -102. You can probably get +5.5 for cheap. You can buy 2 points for cheap in a parlay builder if you're going to use it to build parlays.
Yeah, definitely a parlay builder there.
Yeah.
And I would get crazy, get a little gritty, and hit the money line.
But here's the thing: it's only at +1. It's not huge. It's like it's a good play. Like you're not overselling yourself. Yeah.
And then you can add.
I like the Rams on Monday night. I'll say that. I like the Rams on Monday night.
You like to? I do. I was looking at the Rams a little bit.
I like the Rams on Monday night. I like the Bucks on Monday night. The only thing is the Bucks line. Good thing we got it when we did because it already dropped a point. It's at +4.5 now.
Yeah, I love the Bucks. I love Tampa Bay this week.
They probably should win that game.
I'm still not sold on Philly, so.
And you know what's gonna happen when Philly loses? That they have to come play a Commanders team the week after. Left hand up. Hey, you know
Speaking of Commanders, you guys got a tough matchup.
Let's talk about my Commanders right now. All right. I was avoiding it, but what do you think about us and the Bills?
Probably not gonna be good.
It really depends on what we do with Stephon Diggs.
Unless something happens near the end. If you guys get late movement, which I could see happening.
Right now, the line hasn't really moved at all. Yeah, the line stayed the same mostly throughout the week, right around that 6.5 range, touchdown range.
I see 6.5 -108.
You think Buffalo -6.5?
As of right now, but we'll see. The money, if a sharp better comes in on Washington, then everything changes.
Yeah.
It only needs one guy right now to put a big.
It's that close of a line, yeah.
Yeah. If I had $100,000, I'll go to put it on Washington. Let's just say that, and the line would totally freak out. It would drop 2 points, and the money would come up, and then it'd be a 4.5 play, and I'd be sitting pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what would happen.
And that's what might happen.
Could happen. Just waiting on the Robert De Niro from Casino to lay his bet. That's what we're waiting on. Because every time he lays the bet, he moves the lines.
A De Niro Casino reference. I can't. The 90s classics.
I love that movie. I might have to watch that movie later.
Love that movie. He made that movie and Heat in the same year. I'm like, come on.
That and the Matthew McConaughey Al Pacino gambling movie. What's that called? I can never remember what it's called, but it's I know who it's about. It's about Stu Feiner, who's like
can't remember the name myself.
He's a betting idol, so if you guys, he's one of the first guys to ever like go big, making money off selling bets. So He's
Hey, look at us. Hey, you know what he was? He was a gritty gambler.
he still is a gritty gambler. He's crazy.
I think we pretty much hit almost every NFL game for the week. We hit. The last game actually we didn't hit was Raiders Steelers. To be honest with you, they're going to the Raiders. They're going to Las Vegas.
Florida State touchdown.
Roy doing good. If y'all were watching live, y'all got in.
Let's go. My dog's freaking out. He's like, "What's going on, Dad? Why are you clapping?" He gets excited when that happens. When touchdowns are scored,
My Nationals are losing just like usual. My Nationals are losing just like usual.
At
least we're playing the Braves.
Who are you playing?
We're playing the Braves.
Yeah.
We should lose.
Maybe.
Here's the thing, though. We suck, so it's okay. We don't talk that much baseball here on the show, I know, but I am a Nats fan.
No, I'm not the best at baseball gamblers. I will go ahead. Don't.
I'll say this. It's hard for me to focus on more than 2 or 3 sports. And right now I'm kind of looking into soccer. Like if you ask me some soccer plays, I could give you some soccer plays. Also, I'm studying more UFC just because the UFC's events are coming up are huge for betting. We're going to have big opportunities coming up in the next couple months.
About soccer. What do you feel about second half unders in soccer? You ever do that?
No, I don't. I generally don't like them. Just because you're going to get so much push at the end of a second half for a goal. You're going to get such cheap goals at the end of games. You'll see. Yeah. For example, just the last week.
I know someone who used to do that, and I was like, bro, I don't know about that.
Because, let me put it this way.
It's easy money.
If there's a draw, there's a draw. You're going to make that money 10 times out of 10. But, for example, some of the biggest games in Europe, Manchester United versus Bayern Munich on just the other day, yesterday. The score was 4-3. There was 3 goals after the 90th minute.
Yeah, see, that would be my luck if I ever hit that.
So it's like you can't look at stuff like that. You really have to look at play style. The best league to bet on, in my opinion, is probably the British Premier League, just because it's the most visible for us over here in the States. Yeah. It's easiest to find. You can watch it on Peacock, and on the USA Network.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't watched football, soccer since like COVID, honestly.
I'll tell you this: the World Cup made great money last November. The World Cup made good money.
I did watch a little bit of the World Cup.
Betting on anytime goal scorer, Mbappe. Betting on anytime goal scorer, he was making money. But overall, let's see. Back to the NFL this week. Yeah, I think we hit it. The last thing I'd say. The Raiders, Steelers, I honestly think the Raiders might win that game. I know the Steelers' defense is good, but the reason the Steelers won that game is because of 2 defensive touchdowns versus the Browns.
Yeah.
The Raiders have a top 5, top 10 pass blocking unit, too.
I don't know about that one.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the PFF ratings I was looking at this morning.
Yeah, maybe closer to time, since it is a Sunday night game. If it's another one, if they can get the money on the money line, that'd be a pretty good bet to make.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see how the Raiders are going to be able – because, I mean, at a certain point, the Bills weren't until they did. I don't know how the Raiders are going to the Steelers are going to fully cover Davante Adams, in my opinion. I think he might just eat them alive. In my opinion, Davante Adams is still the overall best receiver in football when it comes to just – you need someone to route someone up. You need him to go get open. He's old, yeah, but he'll still get you done, and he'll get it done good. I
tried to trade for Davante Adams yesterday. I got denied.
He's a buy low right now. He had a good game last week, but people aren't seeing the Davante they've seen the past 3-4 years where he's putting out 30 points a game. They saw Tyreek Hill week 1 put up 45, and they're like, what? So it's like, yeah, no, Davante's a good buy low right now, for sure.
Just traded someone TJ Hawkinson, who's the number 1 wide receiver right now. I mean, he's number 2 for the past 3 years, but I'm trying to get rid of him. I have Travis Kelce, so I don't need him.
You don't need 2 tight ends, yeah. All right, so we pretty much covered the NFL slate. Is there any other thing you want to look at for this weekend parlay, Joe?
Not much, man.
I think the main thing we're looking at is the college parlay we put out was the Rutgers plus 24.5, Ole Miss plus 7.5, the over 40.5 on Iowa Penn State, and then the UCF plus 4.5 at Kansas State. So that is our college ready gambler play for this weekend.
I like that.
For Saturday. That's an all day play, so you'll be able to sit down and just watch all day from 12.
Yep.
So that's our play. We from the NFL, the main two plays we like the most are the Falcons covering and the Bucks covering from Monday night and on Sunday afternoon. Those are two of the big plays that we like the most. There's a lot of iffy games this week. I know Parlay Joe likes the Bills minus 6.5. I personally cannot take that.
Right now, we'll see what happens.
As a homer, I cannot admit it out loud. I'm not betting on that game. I'm just going to watch as a gleeful fan. But overall, yeah, NFL is not as active. I do like that touchdown parlay for tonight for Thursday Night Football, though. I will say that. George Kittle and Darren Waller to get in. I like the tight end play tonight.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Odds boosted for $10. You can flip it in to 135.
Nice.
Yeah.
Plus 50. That's pretty good.
Yeah, with the odds, the original odds plus, because I think they had Kittle at. Let me see where it's at. They had Kittle at plus 190. They have Darren Waller at plus 280.
Okay,
We hit on last week with T.J. Hawkinson. He scored 2 in last week for us. So
yeah,
let's go back to the well. Let's double up on that. Right.
Definitely.
I think we're good, Parlay Joe. I think we hit everything. We got our college parlays. We knocked out Tyler's parlay earlier. We showed Will's parlay. One last happy birthday for Will.
Happy birthday.
And we broke down our college parlays. We shout out Georgia State. They're doing that thing right now.
Yeah, we gotta go watch those.
Let's do it, Parlay Joe. Send us home.
Time to get gritty. Here comes the money.
Or I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.